Does it bother me when people call me Sasha? I can get bothered by it, but whatever. They can call me by not my real name, it's fine. But I wish that people would respect that I am a whole new being and I just want to be me. Mercedes Mone. So, whatever. I appreciate the people who have joined along on my journey and just this whole ride. I love my Manny crew. You guys always hold me down. And to those people who just can't let go, well, I don't know. There's a lot of healing for you guys to do.
Salute wrestling friends, welcome to the Goodbread wrestling channel, also known as Figure 4 TV. Now today guys, we got some drama. I don't know about how many of you guys know that Sasha Banks, Miss Mercedes Mone, she made her debut appearance in New York City House of Glory last night. She took on Indy Hartwell. You remember Indy Hartwell? She got released by the WWE a couple months ago. And I wish we could get that one back, though. That's one of those releases that I wish we can get back. But in any event, Miss Mone, she showed up in House of Glory, and she took on Indy Hartwell. Drama comes in is because we know that JD from New York, salute to JD from New York, well-known podcaster over here on YouTube. That's his home. He commentates for House of Glory, and he was commentating the whole pay-per-view, the whole show actually, until the main event, which was Sasha Banks, Miss Mone, Mercedes Mone versus Indy Hartwell. And everybody is asking questions right now to why did JD get removed from the commentary? And it just goes to show you, if this is the case, that AEW, they got some thin skin, man. They got to get some tough skin. When you in the business and you in the eyes of the public, guys, people going to have their own opinion. We going to have our own opinion. And people is entitled to their own opinion, guys. AEW, man. And Sasha Banks, you just went and told us that you is not the character you portray, because you portray this heel, this bad girl, you know what I mean? When honestly, I think you need a whole new character overhaul. Like this character, this the same character that you had in NXT.
You smart! Sasha!
You'll never be like me!
It's the same character. You never evolved your character, but in any event, you went on a rant talking about how you is a nice person and you this and that, and you not your character in real life, but you really are though, Sasha Banks. You really are, and situations like this prove that you're a real asshole of a female. I'm sorry, yo.
Back to I didn't know who was going to show up really to the interview, because you are, to me, clearly two different people. Is that hard for you? Do people understand that?
I don't think people understand that at all in
Okay.
the line of work that I do because wrestling is like living a 24/7 fantasy world for not only wrestlers, but for wrestling fans. We are legit superheroes to our audience because we are on a weekly scheduled TV
Yeah.
multiple times a week. So I'm always kind of living in my character, always kind of living and playing in it, whether it's on Twitter, social media, just because that's kind of who I am on a daily. So people don't know who Mercedes Vernado is because I don't get the opportunity to show them. That's not who they get to see on TV. It's someone that's totally different than what my wrestling character is. But I love that because I love to be able to have my private life when I'm not being a wrestler, when I get to be home and get to be with my dogs and just to get to chill out and be in my own head in my own environment. It's the best feeling knowing that I don't have to play such a larger than life character when I'm at home. Like I love that. But at the same time, dealing with social media, people just legit think that I'm this character on TV. Um, so sometimes that gets a little annoying, whether fans can be a little aggressive
Yeah.
with who they think that I am. But I rather play a role of somebody else than playing Mercedes Vernado on a daily for these people.
Do all wrestlers do that, or do some wrestlers just sort of show up as themselves?
No, I feel like all wrestlers have a character. I can't
Yeah.
think of one wrestler that just comes up as themselves because
Yeah.
we have to be larger than life. We're putting our life on the line every single time that we're out there. So we kind of have to like psych ourselves up and become legit a superhero. Like I
Yeah.
can't do this as Mercedes Vernado. I wouldn't have the courage or the strength. So I have to put on this character just to be able to go out there in front of thousands and millions watching me at home because I'm actually really shy.
Yeah.
It takes
Yeah.
a lot for me to get into a role. So it's really weird to see how easy my confidence comes when I actually go out there in the ring, and then when I come
Yeah.
back, I'm just like this whole different girl. I'm like, whoa, I can't believe that girl out there in the ring is legit me. Sometimes,
Yeah.
And see, this is the problem with a lot of people. A lot of people want people to respect them for a character that they not in real life. You know what I mean? People want credit for a character that they're not being in real life. And people do everything in their power to remain fake and phony and hide behind this mask and then wonder why people don't learn who they are. A lot of people don't want to be figured out. A lot of people want to stay phony and hidden behind this mask. And Sasha Banks, Miss Mone, she always came off to me as one of those phony people, yo. And that's why I really can't get behind her and support her and what she's doing. Still a great wrestler, great talent, but she won't be getting my support at all. You're not fooling me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here tonight at House of Glory, kicking it old school with the legend himself, Mean Gene Okerlund. Gene, how's your experience so far at House of Glory?
I got to tell you something, it has been exciting thus far. Got a chance to talk to a lot of people. This is my kind of a joint. Place. Did I say joint?
That's all right by me. If you guys want to see more legends like Mean Gene Okerlund, visit the website, hogwrestling.net.
Like Jake Roberts, the Snake.
What's Jordan?
Please.
There you have it, guys. Sasha, Miss Monet, was a guest in JD's house. So if JD was asked to not do the commentary for her match, then it must have came from the top. That must have came in from the top. Tony Khan and the owners of House of Glory, they must have had something in the works there. But what makes it disturbing is when we get to what JD have to say about Sasha Banks, what might have ticked off Tony and Sasha, which is the truth. Everything he said was the truth. He never really bashed this lady or put this lady down. And in fact, and I listened to several of his rants on Miss Monet. He always give her the respect. He always give her the credit for being a good match and having good matches. She's a great talent. She's just in the wrong system, and she's not elevating anybody else. For the amount of money that they pay Sasha Banks, she's supposed to be elevating talent. When she get in the ring with somebody, At the end of the match, whether she win or lose, the person that was across from her supposed to be on their way. And that has not been the case with Sasha Banks. She's been putting on great matches, but her matches is unbelievable because the people that she in there with, you already know she's not going to lose to them. She's not going to lose to them. It has not been one person that you put her in the ring with that you was like, oh, she might lose this, with the exception of Britt Baker. So now, guys, let's listen to some of the things and some of the comments JD has said about Miss Mone that probably got her in her feelings, and this is why they asked JD to remove himself from her match.
Could not. Statlander did not budge and planted Mone with a Wednesday night fever to stand tall with the TBS title. Here's a spoiler, folks. That closing segment showed you exactly who's winning the match on Saturday night.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. And watching Mercedes Bonet on the back of Chris Cakelander is like night and day, bro.
Are we in position yet after everything that we've seen? I think Jason mentioned it last night on TNT. You look back at March when we debuted Mercedes in Boston at Big Business, and you look at her now, Jesse. Does she feel as big as she did in March, man? It took, what is that, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 8 months, bro. How the mighty have fallen, man. What do you think about the fall of Mercedes Moné after 8 months of being on AEW television, man? It's sad to see.
The hype of her coming in was through the roof, all right? The payoff to her coming in fell flat. Too many people, sat and buried the whole thing, buried the gimmick, buried her stint in AEW before it even got a chance to get off the ground. And we were both sitting here saying, guys, give it a fucking minute. This is net. Give it a chance. Let it breathe. Let her get her feet wet and everything. But now here we are months later saying, no, it is not. She is just as flat as she was when she debuted. She has not gotten hotter. It is not warming up. It is just as flat as it was when she started, bro.
Listen, Mercedes, I love Mercedes. I think Mercedes is great. When she's in the ring and there's no filter, there's no chains, nothing, man, she is great. And she's obviously showed everybody that she is healthy and she is ready to do business. But this is one of those situations where I constantly have to repeat myself because the fan base on this side doesn't know any better and they are so pea-brained, it is comical. Mercedes is the product of... Now, granted, the gimmick is not what Sasha Banks was. I mean, it's just uber cringy. I think the theme music is just the catalyst for the cringe. They got to get rid of whatever they do. The theme music's fine. Get rid of the fucking chant. You want to call yourself the CEO and all that nonsense? That's fine. Get it out of the theme. It is just fucking embarrassing, first of all. Second of all, she is the product of bad booking. Now, we were promised when Mercedes came into the company that there was going to be a revolution. There was going to be this. There was going to be that. Women's wrestling was going to be on the uptick.
All right, let's stop it right here, guys. Can you point out and call out the bash, or where did he, disrespect Sasha Banks, Miss Moné at? Can y'all call that out? You see, we live in a soft society now where the truth is offensive. As long as we going with the programming, as long as the people is going along to get along with the characters, then the characters is all good and they're all dandy and they're doing interviews and all of this. But the minute you call out some truth, then all of a sudden you're the bad guy. Oh, you're evil. You're the hater and all of this. You see, we are in a society now where fake has become the new real. And a lot of people don't want no parts of real. So they'll block everybody that's telling them the truth. And this is the society we're in. You know what I mean? Sasha, Miss Moné is no different from the fans she entertained. And I tell y'all constantly, like JD said, that AEW fan base is a different type of animal.
Honestly, the division is right back to where it was before Mercedes was there, and I don't really see any change whatsoever with her being in the locker room, with her being on the show. So where the fuck are we going with the entire division? Nobody is better off with Mercedes there. The show has not been better off with Mercedes there. The division is still a shell of what it should be. Where's the story? Where's the writing? Where's the emotion? I don't get none of that. And this is a woman that I put on a pedestal, and me for doing that. This is a woman I put on the pedestal for wanting memorable shit. She's not going to be a part of some rinky-dink fucking one week in, 1 week out, week-to-week fucking garbage that we're seeing now. She's here to make a lasting impression. She's here to make a moment. She's here to make stories matter. We've got none of that. No. And this company has embarrassed everybody who expected things to change. And that's sad. And I hate them for that. Mercedes should be ashamed of herself that she's taking this paycheck and she's not doing anything to change the fucking problems that exist there, man. Nothing has changed with her there, and she's just another name who is a great pro wrestler who takes the fucking paycheck and is happy to be paid and not give a single f about what happens in this division. I don't know what else to say, man.
I'm in the same boat as you. I sat right here in the spring and said that the AEW women's division was about to fucking take off and kill it this summer. You had Mercedes coming in. You know, we had Britt supposed to be coming back soon. We had Jamie Hayter supposed to be coming back soon. They signed Deonna Purrazzo. You know, Chris Statlander. Dude, they had everything they needed. And the creative just failed not only the women, it failed the men too. It failed miserably. I mean, there's no debating that Mercedes can wrestle. Somebody just said that Mercedes can wrestle her ass off. She did. I mean, it's gone. You know, but still, if you just let them work with something that they can actually sink their fucking teeth into as far as storylines go, man, then the women would be. It's not like the division is lacking. It's not like, oh, they need more, or they're missing this piece, or these people can't wrestle. I would say, I would just blanket the whole women's division. I would say 95% of everyone in the women's division can get in that ring and put on a fucking banger match. You just need to give them fucking story to take into that match with them. And they can't. They fucking can't.
Now, we pulled this from JD's Twitter X account, guys. And could he be referring to the society, the soft society, guys? Because we know we live in a society where everybody's soft. The people soft. They so sensitive. They need lies and they need sugarcoat and they need pander. You can't tell nobody the truth nowadays. So could JD be referring to the fact that he couldn't commentate the match because people have soft feelings? Now, we know JD, one of the more popular podcasters, so we know a lot of these companies be watching him, and they know everything that he say out his mouth. So you know him and Tony Khan, they just had a Twitter war earlier this year, JD and Tony Khan. So I could definitely see Tony Khan calling it in and asking JD to be removed. Keep in mind, guys, JD criticizes everybody the same way. It's not a man or woman wrestling thing when JD, because a lot of people are saying that too, because JD is ultra critical of the women. He got into it with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte already, and everybody know that JD he's gonna express how he feel and he ain't gonna sugarcoat it. But it ain't got nothing to do with man or woman. JD gonna call it how he see it. And the problem is the women want to partake in the men's sports, but they don't want to be criticized. If we criticize the men, we gonna criticize the women too, guys, right? That's part of being equality, right? So guys, that's all I have. And again, it haven't been confirmed that JD was removed because of Sasha, but it haven't been, you know what I mean? It haven't been confirmed yet, guys. But we gonna follow this. So when JD responds, we gonna go see what he got to say. And if Sasha and Tony Khan say something about it, we gonna bring y'all what they got to say. But this is the news and this is the drama that's been going on, guys. Like, share, subscribe, check out the video that's gonna pop up on the screen. I think you might have missed that one. And remember, only subscribe if you're a wrestling fan, guys. I see y'all later.
This is a wreck.
He's moving like an uncaged animal.
No lie, he's wild in there.